welcome to Rock Tumbling Weekly. For those who've been watching the videos already, I've got a lot of good stuff to show you this week. And for those who haven't seen these videos before, this is a weekly video journal of all of my rock tumbling projects from, of course, week to week. And I have about 9 barrels going at any time, so there's a lot of variety in the different types of gemstones that I'm tumbling, and a lot of different variety in the methods. So if you're interested in rock tumbling, this is a good weekly video to watch. The big news for this channel is that I've switched from filming on an iPhone to an actual DSLR camera, so there's a little bit of learning curve right now trying to figure out the settings and the angles of my new tripod. So you will see a difference in the angles and the way things are normally shot for the rock tumbling reviews, so that's what's going on there. But I did notice that this camera tends to pick up the noise of the rock tumblers in the background a lot more, so I am going to keep the tumblers off while I'm filming, but the air conditioner stays on because it is still like 100 million degrees here in Houston, Texas. So I need it to stay relatively cool in here while I'm working. So hopefully, you know, we're in September. Hopefully it'll start to cool down soon. You know, the 80s would be nice. Anyway, great to have you here, and let's look at my barrels. Here is the batch of fancy onyx. I put about half of it back in coarse to just get those last little rough bits off of it. So I think onyx has had about 5 weeks of course. This one's a really tough stone, but these pieces are looking really good, and I have my box of ones that I separated out that say ready for medium, ready for 120. So I'll put all of these together into one big batch, running medium. Like the onyx, this mookaite is split up in 2 batches. We've got some that's ready to go on to medium, and then this I ran in coarse again. And this bit is looking a lot smoother. There are some exceptions here. I might take some out and save them for a future batch. I have bags of stones that are just waiting for me to do another batch of something so that I can include a piece in their rough. But yeah, these are looking really nice. The shapes are pretty cool. And yeah, I think I'll be moving all of this on to medium as well. Man, look at those colors, so cool. I love mookaite. This batch of larvacite has just finished its 2nd week in course, and it is looking mighty fine. Ooh, I just love the shimmer in some of these. So it's had 2 weeks in course, and really I think it could use 1 more week just for that coarse grit to get into some of the crevices and smooth some of these out just a little bit more. But this is the time where I have to be patient. I'm so excited, and I want to see what they look like polished, but I really need to take my time so that they'll be super nice when they're done. All right. Back to course. The Amethyst has been in extra fine for nearly a week, and I didn't plan on it being there so long, but it doesn't hurt to keep it in there longer. I had a lot of stuff going on, so I didn't take the time to switch it over, but it's looking super good, super smooth. Sorry about the foamy water. I just put a tiny bit of soap in there so I can get these guys a wash, and it really foamed up. But yeah, I'll do a couple of wash cycles on these in the barrels and then get them into polish. Right, here is the pink calcite after 2 days in extra fine aluminum oxide grit, and it's looking really smooth. Like, it just feels so good. And now it's time for the polishing stage. Now what I'm going to try for this calcite is a process called dry polishing. And I've not done it before, but it's highly recommended for fluorite, and I figured I would give it a try with this soft calcite as well. So I will review that process next update, and we'll see how that goes. But this is looking great so far. I've had a great experience with calcite up to this point. Okay, here is the big reveal for pink calcite in the dry polishing method. And this is what it looks like, and it's essentially dried, ground up corn cob with your polish and your gemstones. That's it. And it's really clean and not messy, and I'm making an entire video just highlighting how to do this method because it's got a lot of promise. So here we go. There's a piece right here, which I can see already has some shine to it, and I've just wiped it with my finger. And if I take my paper towel, look at that. Look at how nice that is already. Wow. Like, I had my water for dipping in it, but I don't know that I'm going to do that yet, because if I want to put these in for another day or two, I don't want my stones to be all wet. Okay. Here's another one. And you can see that's got shine on it. Nice. And I really am curious, so I'm gonna put this in some water. Get that polish residue off and see what it looks like. There it is. Really nice. This is super. I am curious to see what it would look like if I let this run a couple more days. So I'm going to make sure that this is really dried, and I'll put the pink calcite back in the corn cob, and you know, it's only been 4 days. We'll see what it's like after like a week. Maybe we'll get some more shine on it. And this angelite has been running in extra fine aluminum oxide grit pre-polish for 2 days. And it looks good, and it feels super smooth. So this is going to go on to polish phase. I'm going to give it a good wash because I want to make sure that all that grit's out of these little pockets here. And I'm also going to be trying the dry polish method with angelite. And this will require my barrel to be absolutely dry and the stones to be absolutely dry. And so I'm going to give these a good wash, let them dry out, and then start up that process. And I will talk about dry polishing in the next update. But so pretty. I'm so happy with this. Okay. And now we'll take a peek at the angelite after it's been in dry polishing. I'm really excited to see how it's gonna turn out. And it looks great already, I can tell. And yeah, that's looking much better than when it went in after extra fine. And to clarify, polished angelite does not get very shiny. It only gets about, say, like an eggshell satin level, but since it's so soft, it really doesn't get that glassy shine that you would get when polishing agates and jaspers. But this is looking great. Wow. So I recommend dry polishing angelite. Now, another test would be to give these a good wash and let them dry, because even right now they've got polishing residue on it. But these, sorry, digging down to try to get a good example of all throughout the barrel. And yeah, it's got just the right angelite shine to it. Now I'm going to take this one. And see what it looks like once the polishing powder is washed off. And that looks great. For angelite, that looks fantastic. Yeah. Really beautiful. All right. Actually, just like the pink calcite, I am going to leave this running just a little bit longer to see how it goes. This has only been in there for about 4 days, so I'll check it in a couple of days and see if it gets any better. But right now it's looking great. Thumbs up. Today I have a small barrel free, so I am going to start some fluorite. And this is another soft stone that I really need to be careful with, but since I've had some recent good luck with the pink calcite and the angelite, I thought I would start this really pretty fluorite. I just love the depth of the green in this. And then it's got some of the purple. All right, well, I'll get that into the barrel in course for a couple of days. And this is another one of those stones in which I'm going to have to check every day. And I'll just run it like I did the pink calcite and see how it goes. A little tired today, but pleased with the progress that I've made. And I'm really excited that the dry polishing is working so well. I am thrilled about that, and I can't wait to compose the video about the entire dry polishing process. But yeah, I'll be putting that video out. So if you're interested in trying dry polishing with your softer stones, I'll give you a step-by-step and where to buy the corn cob and to get the recipe online. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the variety that I've had this week, and if you're interested in rock tumbling, if you tumble already but want tips on how to do different types of stones, or if you're new to rock tumbling and want some how-to tips, then make sure to subscribe to the channel and you'll see whenever I post a new tumbling video. Thanks, and have a good week.